So how we start this again?
How we start? We usually start with a cold open. So cold, and that I think this rain will make this Sub-Zero. Oh no!
Are we playing Mortal Kombat right now?
No, I was about to say a Batman joke, but that got cancelled again. I forgot.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
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 It's okay. We don't have anything to cancel anymore. Unless we cancel ourselves.
No, don't give them any ideas. Welcome to dia.log, the GigaBash podcast. Episode 115.
Ooh,
115 already? Wow.
Okay, on another note, we haven't had guests in a while.
I mean, true. Oh, there is an anime event coming 2 weeks times after this episode is recorded. You know, I can call him in if you want. Tapi we might need to do NDAs and a verbal check as well before that.
Yeah, I think we got NDA from talking about the
Oh
NDA.
no, yeah. No, guess. Alright, we cannot talk about the guess. Yeah, the NDA. The NDA Time Bureau has blocked us again. Oh no. Anyway.
Anyway, it's been August, and I think we alluded before how August is gonna be busy.
Almost as busy as the month of Halloween, but it's already busy enough.
Oh man, I regretted saying that. As always, introducing the panel, we have Danial over there.
Hello.
The other side is Anan. And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, and yes, video games.
I should call it the month of horror. Because it is horror for us.
I mean, this is the prelude to horror, technically. Have you looked at October yet?
According to my list, I have 5 so far.
5 is already a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep tracking because oh boy, we have like video games to talk about. So many video games. Some of them are just released. Some of them are released but not finished yet, as in early access. Yeah, and plenty of other games that have already been released, but for some reason we want to talk about it. I don't know. But yeah, where do we go from here?
I shall take a word and then we shall go from there. So let's see. Flipping through my papers. Banjor early access. What the heck is that?
Kampung Banjor early access.
Yup. I knew you were planning me to take that one, right?
Since we've alluded, so I have just like released two early access impressions of a game that has been released like in early access, and the two underlying connection between those two games are it involves a certain Kampung Banjor. As in I can make my own city. For whatever reason, I call it Kampung Banjor.
Oh,
you can name the city, so come on. Like the random generated name is not that good in both games. One game has like names of already established cities in the world, and the other is just like random medieval names that are not as inspiring as Kampung Banjor. Let's put it that way.
Malaysian name.
So, there have been 2 games, 2 city builders, but 2 very different city builders that I have been playing. First one is something a little bit old-fashioned, but still technologically advanced because hey, this is a world where trains rule the world. The only way to go around the world is by trains. No, there are no cars, nobody invented it yet, and nobody wants to invent cars. We all travel by train. What a society. It's called Sweet Transit.
That sounds steampunk as hell.
It sounds steampunk, but the theming of the world is like early 18th or 19th century. Like frontier, Wild West-ish. Even the song are all like American twang country songs.
Okay.
American twang.
Country, yeah.
Something like that. The game has like a little bit of like a reputation because one of the is a solo dev, but the solo dev working on this game had a hand in doing the 3D art and also one of the a few developers that work on Factorio. That weird game about spaghetti, conveyor belts, and trains. It happened to be.
Killing barbarians.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You become like. Yeah. It's a game about colonizing the world and
No
polluting
surprise.
them. And technically, in Sweet Transit, you can pollute the world with steam trains. Like even like when you start getting the trains chugging along, right, you can start seeing the foggy smokiness effect on the screen because trains. But yeah, the gimmick is that this is a city builder, but everything has to be revolved around trains. Like you build your cities, but some of the places where like the workers need to go to work, right, in the coal mines or the sawmill or the farmlands outside, all of those have to be placed outside of city limits, so very very far away. And when I say city, you start as a village. You literally start as a village. You plant a village hall and then you start plopping like small houses, which is basically just the places for the laborers to stay and rest and then go to work. They basically just switch places lah. So when the next train comes, you bring freshly rested workers to take over the already tired and the tired workers to go back home to rest. You basically switch them around. So the city building aspects is fine. It's the usual puzzle of these amenities have to be around this range, so you need to place them correctly to maximize their efficiency and so on and so forth. Like you need to have the houses to be close enough to the train station so they can go to work. Stuff like that, like simple city building stuff lah. It's serviceable. It has a cool unlock tree that helps you like progress, guide you. Okay, what do I need to do next? Okay, I know, because there is a checklist to help you
checklist
to see you. Okay, first you need to put how many people here. Okay, and then you need to put coal mine, and then you need to have how many people in this village, and then you have to place a house of worship. Yes, you have to place a house of worship. Check on the text, flavor text there. Oh, they are worshipping the great train, which brings prosperity and connection to everyone. They worship trains in this world. They pray to the train god. That explains a lot why trains rule the world, huh?
All hail Thomas.
All hail Thomas.
They pray to the Thomas. Speaking of Thomas, yes, the train are customizable, and you can make your own tank engine, and you can make the colored in blue. I have tested. You can make them as long as you want, with certain limits, of course. But basically, you are free to design what aspects on the train there. Like, okay, you want to put the train head first. Okay, and then you put the passenger wagons. Is it wagons? No, passenger coach. And then you have your wagons and your flat tracks and your gondolas. You can mix and match them. And then you can do like what I thought was curse, but it's actually something that people in the train business have done. Like, you know that you can actually put a train head and then put another train head. So
Opposite.
you get not even opposite, like train head and then train head, all facing forward.
Yes. Nak tambah torque. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically you more power like to go.
Yeah, more power, more torque.
And of course, as you mentioned, you can also place it a train head at the other side. So basically, you don't need to. You can reverse basically. That was the biggest lesson I learned. That when you put in train tracks here, you do not assume that they will U-turn immediately. You need to have the methods to make them U-turn. So essentially, I have to at the end of the station. For me, what I did was at the end of each train line, I do basically a loop-de-loop.
Oh.
So basically it just loops back into the main exit again. And then what I did there, I realized that when doing so, you can get trains stuck. Because, when one train needs to U-turn into the loop-de-loop, and then another train comes in, and now both trains have no track to go. Because you don't give them enough space. All the time you need to give them space.
That also.
That's an important lesson. So what I did was make the loop longer, and now I'm using too many space. So the smarter solution is to figure out how to make them have two train tracks that go concurrently. So I learned a lot about trains now. I kind there's a mechanic called the rail signal, which basically divides the trains into different tracks. Again, that's the spacing comes in, where when you are within the train signal basically divides the tracks so that on each track only one train can sit on that space. If there is a train occupying the track in front, they have to wait. They have to slow down. Wait for the signal. Please be patient. We are waiting for the signal in front. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. If the next time you go into the KTM, you hear that thing, that announcement, now you know why. Because there's a damn train in front, and they have to give some space so they don't collide on each other. Because I had experience that happen, not in real life, in Sweet Transit. But yeah, the simulation of the locomotives are very in-depth. You really need to learn how trains work in order to wrap around how to get things from A to B. So yeah, it's been fun.
Okay, Meck. I want you to do a challenge. Make a single track line.
Oh god.
Tapi ada bypass.
Bypass.
Bukan bypass. Nak bypass. Ada side pass. Side pass untuk let's say one line.
Okay, one line.
Tapi bila ada opposite train, dia lepas satu line tu, train yang lagi satu hala tu dia kena masuk duduk tepi tu, macam jalan sehala dekat kampung yang ada parit tu, something like that.
Basically, that is possible, but
possible.
That's the trick with using the rail signals.
Yeah,
so you did
that's why using signals. Sebab ada yang I read about some rail lines in Japan, it's single track, so that's how they do it.
You really need to make sure that whatever train that goes into the single track, they won't block access to the other.
Yes. Let's say, this train already passed this station, so the train opposite dia kena masuk yang side rail lah. Side rail just stop there, bagi dia lepas baru dia jalan.
And the other trick is to ensure that the train length is also manageable. There's a time where the system works well. or everything is smooth. Everything like
Timing.
goes, everything. But then I added another train, and now it becomes a traffic jam. Oops.
Yes, of course.
But but the trick is simple, you know. Like sometimes, what you can do is just delay the train from let them wait at the station a bit longer. So now you give more buffer time. So then everything goes smooth sailing. They don't have to get very close together and have to wait, stop and wait and stop and wait and stop. The other is of course just add more railways. As long as you have the space, add more railways lah. Make new paths. It sounds easier than when doing so. It's a headache. Yeah. Like I have made paths that this looks okay, and then as the town grew bigger. Oh no. Now I have no idea how to expand or accommodate the bigger train traffic that I have right now. So now I have to figure out a good way to make a new path to divert the traffic around. So yeah, it's those kinds of puzzle game. It's a logistical game where you just sit there, look at trains moving around, and say, can I make this faster? But yeah, it's not really, but even though the game is supposedly a city builder, the meat and potatoes of the game is all about the trains. How you figure out how to put down the railways around. As it is right now, it's fun, but the UI will make you give some headaches. But that's about it. As the gameplay, as it is right now, it's pretty fun. Can't wait to see in a year or two until the game goes version 1.0. As it is right now, it's fun.
I'm interested.
Can we move to the next stop of Kampung Banjor? Because
Kajian seterusnya.
the other Kampung Banjor is a bit more medieval-ish. Because what happens when when a group of medieval settlers have fed up with all the nobles not caring about them and just living lavishly and not even taking care of the peasants and from the attacking raiders or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just pack your bags and move to a new house, find a new home. So basically they banished themselves into the farthest frontier. That's the game name. Not banished, but farthest frontier. This is a game developed by Crate Entertainment, which is interestingly the only game they made before is a Diablo-like ARPG called Grim Dawn. From what I've heard, they've made a pretty good Diablo-like ARPG. And now I think they are doing the same for a city builder. By doing it making the city builder kinda Banished. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Banish. That's an
Banish. Yeah. Yep.
It's the survival city builder that's set in the medieval times. Very quaint, very idyllic, but people can die easily. It's famous for being brutal at that. Winter comes. Oh no, food low. Oh no, firewood low. Die, everybody die. And now you have mountains of corpses. It's okay. New people coming in to immigrate. Hello, fresh face. Prepare to die also next winter.
It do be like that.
It do. And Farthest Frontier is pretty much very much have a lot of things that you like in Banish, but they added even more stuff. This is a 3D city builder, so you get to build your house, your village hall. Again, you need to place the big one the town center first, and then you have to assign jobs. And it's the sort of game where you don't just plop and then it appears. You have to wait for the workers to build the buildings. So there's always a delay of, hey, I already set this part of the map. Go and timber down all the log. Go do some logging. Clear the forest. One season later, still stuck. Still haven't done all the jobs. It's that kind of game. So you need to like be very careful and plan how much you want your workers to do. Like you can't just do. It's not like SimCity where each click things happen. But the weird stuff, the new additions that I haven't seen yet in the City Builder with Farthest Frontier is that the farming is actually in depth. Like, you know how the farming works in Farthest Frontier. What the land, the farmland that you assign has 3 stats. How many rocks on the land, is how fertile it is, and how much of weeds have been growing on the land. And by planting different plants, different crops, it can affect the fertility, the rocks, and the weeds growing. And also the plants themselves have different stats. Like some of them are more resilient to frost. So you can plant them early spring, late winter. Others can withstand the summer heat. Like if you don't plant it properly, your crops won't grow as efficiently. Some of them will be lost to frost or heat. And then you do have a crop rotation, and you can dedicate just like slots for not even planting crops, but just to till the land and make the better to prepare for the next crop. It's crazy depth. Like there are many stats there. Like, oh, you want to plant wheat? Oh, you have to consider this and this and this and this.
Oh my god! Like you have to baby the crops and then like check the seasons and stuff.
Like it's just basically just click and put it into the what you say. There's a meter of time, so you can slot in how many. Okay, do you want to plant carrots here? Okay, you plant carrots here, and then you want to plant cabbage. Okay, plant cabbage there, and then you want to you can only just there's only enough time to plant 2 crops per year. Even though it looks like there's a gap time where you can squeeze in another one, but no, you cannot. Winter off limits. But yeah, the farming is crazy. And the other bit is that there's a tower defense aspect. Because from time to time, there will be threats coming to your humble village. It could be wolves. It could be bears. It could be raiders. So, the idea is that when you have a big enough town, you should place walls to cover around the perimeter. Because what I did, the mistake I did in my first iteration of Kampung Banjor is that most of my home is located like in the outskirts of the frontier land, and I haven't scouted too far. So there's like a lot of fog of war there. And then I keep realizing like from day to day, villages are being attacked by predators. Huh? What happened? Oh, there's a wolf there. Okay, the wolf's dead. Okay, cool. The next day, attack again. Oh. The next day again, oh no, one villager died from attacks from the wolves. Oh. So from there, and then suddenly, I lost half of my population to the wolves problem. And all of the dead bodies are like lining up in front of the homes. And now rats are like dancing around the corpses. And then the wolves keep on appearing. And then the wolves keep on trying to find anyone to attack. They cannot. And they see the dead corpse. They eat the dead corpse. The dead corpses are then gone. But the rats are still dancing around. Apparently, I didn't realize there's a wolf's den very nearby the places where I place my homes. Oops. and I forgot to do a wall, and I forgot to like put on watchtowers so that you have guards that can have like bows and arrows to deal with the wolf threats. Oops. And of course, when you have a very dramatic population get dwindle down, you don't have enough workers. When you don't have enough workers, you cannot produce enough firewood or food to prepare for the winter, because during winter you need the firewood to survive the cold, and food to to eat, because you don't get to like get sources of food during winter, so you need to use whatever you stock up.
And everyone die.
And everyone die, and the village lives happily ever after. And then I reroll the save. I on the same map. I built the home the other side of town. Lesson learned. Yeah, this game should like, even though it sounds like okay, this is very much your usual city builder, but a lot of the stuff that is working right now will satisfy that lizard brain of yours. Like if you like city builders in general, like the concept of watching a town slowly growing bigger and bigger. Number go up, but more subjective. You see it as less of a number and more like, oh, look at this, it's getting bigger now. You have more people coming in, you have more farms, you have more people working on the saw pit, and you need to have like multiple compost pits, because you need to throw the waste somewhere, and you can turn it into fertilizers later on. But yeah, the first time I played for Farthest Frontier, it was a 2-hour session, because I have no idea what I'm doing, so early death. The wolves who involved. The second time, when I know what I'm doing, it was 10 p.m. at the time. Next thing I know, it was 6 a.m. and I have an event to go the next morning. I lost 8 hours just like that. I think that's the best way to describe Farthest Frontier right now. This game is at a very good state. But not to say technical wise lah, because if you play it that long, frame rate gets a bit framey. Performance gets problems lah. So I don't recommend it playing at really long lengths. Right now, it will launch in early access like next week also. We got it early. We got a preview code for that. But yeah, this game has potential to be very good. It's just a matter of optimizing some stuff. But from content wise, I'm already happy with what they've offered. Like, there's a lot to do. Thank God these two games won't be in contention for Game of the Year, because oh boy, still in early access. Yeah, but that's Farthest Frontier and Sweet Transit. It has been a week for me.
In a week?
I mean, okay, all these talks about great games that we've been playing, candidate for Game of the Year, while there's a certain game looming above our heads, unplayed.
I mean, I'm not a Soulsborne fan, so I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I can play, but you know what? For the sake of meme, let's not play it.
That's not play. Yeah, next year. We should,
for the sake of the meme, I'm willing to wait until next year.
Ironically, the ironic twist is that we have so many games on our haven't played game. Technically, we can make next year's one of the category next year games we finally played.
Late to the party award.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be a category next year.
Just for Elden Ring.
For Elden Ring. And then they're probably not gonna win it at all point, ironically.
Then I have to win next year for Ratchet and Clank. Oh, now we have a battle. But yeah, Do we have another game to talk about? I think we do.
Yeah, we have. So recently, now since we're talking about the games that aren't finished yet, ironically, I guess this game has been bloated. Like it's almost. Is it coming up to its 10-year anniversary?
Oh, that game. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So this one game by a company called Rockstar Games, they are about to turn 10 years old next year, ironically. And so they have made one. I think this should be the one last final update. Oh no, the second last final update. And like it's the telltale signs of we are now scaling down everything so that we can focus, or ironically, finally focus on our next game, where it's mostly the same, but it's different. It is basically Grand Theft Auto 5. So they have recently released a new DLC where it's not really substantial, but it's more like quality of life updates so that this game can live on for the next. I guess the next. How many quarters do we have in 1 year for game companies? For the next 12 quarters. 12. No, not 12. I think 20. For the next 20 quarters.
Oh my god, that's so hard.
Yeah,
5 years.
that's all. Because I'm guessing that the next Grand Theft Auto is coming in 5 years. Ataupun 4 to 5 years, more or less. So, yeah, this game is that. Grand Theft Auto, well, specifically Grand Theft Auto Online, have made 2K and Rockstar Games. I'm guessing they are already 1 billion at this point. But correct me if I'm wrong, I guess, because this game, like my starter, this game is now almost 10 years old. Both GTA 5, the single player, and its online mode. So I'm not surprised it's already like amassed almost $1 billion, yeah.
I'm looking at some sites and they say like 800 million from the
800
from the shark cards.
800
million yearly. For the
like
shark cards.
can't, yeah. Even though if this is the swansong of the series, 800 million can literally last them like I said 20 quarters.
They've generated 1 billion in 2020. Some site has also reported that the game has made Rockstar 2.5 million per day. Per day, 2.5 million. You wake up, you got $2.5 billion. Ching, ka-ching.
I think, I am both impressed and unsurprised that a game that is essentially good. At this point, it might be someone's childhood. and him or her doesn't know that this game is already probably 10 years old. That's how long this game has lasted. It has lasted 3 generations. And now I think it is quite sadly it's coming to the end because they have announced Grand Theft Auto 6 earlier in the year. And there have been leaks of the story and what they're going to do with the next GTA Online. So I guess these final 2 DLC updates is probably like, okay, we can now self-sustain this game until whenever we feel like turning off the server. So, okay, here's like the gist of the updates. So, remember in Grand Theft Auto Online, let's say you do join in a public lobby. It's either two things. It's either a very hacked lobby where other players can be literally UFOs or stuck in a cage while they become UFOs, aliens and all. Depends on your luck that day. Or it is a lobby where people go around in those flying motorbikes and just blow you up. Just for the heck of it. What they have done is that they have made this update that motorbikes, those flying motorbikes are now nerfed. After, I think like 3 years. 3 years people been asking for it and finally they gave it.
Took them long enough. Finally, they counted the money and say, okay, we have earned enough. Now we can nerf.
We can nerf the thing that keeps people angry and playing. And another thing is that they've also made all of the content basically it can be done in a private server. Basically, you can make your own server more or less by making it invite only. So they've made it invite only, so that now you can do all of the business of selling drugs, selling weapons, creating a nightclub. Now you can do it solo now, basically without any interruptions by perhaps a 12-year-old kid with a flying motorcycle and $10 million using those shortcuts.
If only they call it Grand Theft Auto offline.
It's Grand Theft Auto. You still need to get online to play those modes, ironically. So
that's the thing, but basically they strip out the appeal of GTA Online, which is like having the I mean, the appeal of GTA Online is to have like an open world filled with other players doing whatever they want. But the problem with doing whatever they want is that most of the time there'll be freaking griefers going to mess your day, and you have not much way of retaliation.
Yep. And now it is now silent. They are now, I guess, nerfed and and now a playlist since everybody can make their own servers.
Yeah, it's basically a ghost town now then, right? Who plays with
more or less?
I mean, who plays on online lobbies? If they want to do those kind of grinds now that there is a better, efficient way of doing it. What?
You said that like the current. I'm looking at Steam charts right now. Right now, playing the game is 170,000 players.
Yeah, but those are all on private servers
probably.
then, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And it is a gain for the last month, a gain of 16%. If anything, this has made the game better. A gain of 60%. Like, I guess like people, finally I can literally sell meth without someone blowing up my meth.
Or in other words, finally I can actually play GTA Online.
I can finally play GTA Online.
I can actually play GTA Online. Without the griefers and
without the griefers and all, yeah. I think, like you said, like it's actually quite sad. It's actually quite interesting and sad. Like, oh no, that's it. This is the end of the era, I guess. Since you can now just basically play it all solo, just finish the whole game by just playing it alone. No more guys trying to blow you up and all. It's actually kind of sad because it reminds me of the final months, or not the final months, like the final few updates for Watch Dogs Legion. Also earlier this year. It could be like, oh, okay, we are ceasing, like in the Watch Dogs one, they just say, oh, we're ceasing development. This is the game how it is forever. And in a way, like, Rockstar doesn't like to do this type of presser, right? But I think like this is their way to say, oh yeah, we have updated everything, so now you can do it all solo. And I think like the best part, do you know they have added a car, like what's it called? A car showroom. Something that they could have added, like what? At the start of the game's life cycle, but no, it's it's right now in the end, and oh yeah, finally.
Took them long enough.
Showrooms. Ironically, took them long enough.
Don't we have basically a car lot in the main game in GTA 5 proper, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's the same thing. They finally enabled it for online after
all these years.
After all these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see the game's HD is showing like it is keen. An old game, even still a lot of players playing. A time capsule of the 2010s. Kind of weird, like seeing it now in retrospect. And, like the games is basically forever like that. Even though they've added like car showrooms, a casino, and modern day cars that are definitely not based on the actual car. No, sir.
What can they do? Because the game was not designed to be a Fortnite in mind. This game predates Fortnite. This game predates the idea of you can make the open world change every season or whatever. Let's make the world progressive and essentially make the world actual MMO. MMOs do that. They change the world from time to time to like either because of seasonal stuff or more dramatically because of story reasons. The plot has moved forward. Things have happened.
We must explode this town, etc.
Something like that, yeah. I won't be surprised if the next GTA game, whatever the city will be, apparently might be in Vice City, right? Every month or so, there's something like a new shop has opened or some place has been sold out or something.
Or like Gran Turismo lah, with the hot. This car is hot, so it's about to run out. Is it like that?
But the buildings, like the construction site, it actually eventually becomes an actual building.
That would be cool.
Like people make jokes about the GTA Online in Los Santos kan, the construction site kan. Actually, what if you can see like from each season, in-game season moving on, you can see the construction site actually like making progress and eventually it becomes a proper building. And then some other place somewhere in the other side of the town, apparently something exploded. There was a big heist. And now it remains basically...
it remains closed for now. It's like that.
Either closed for now or it becomes abandoned. And it can be like some cool stuff that you can do in that abandoned building. And who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if they go in that route. Fortnite has put a precedent.
Yeah, true. Like, oh no, everything is now square space because there is an alien like sucking out the building. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you can actually play along with the people's conspiracy theories and make it a proper what they call it, ARG. Get them go into a rabbit hole. Not maybe literally as well, but like just like when people are like searching, is there a Sasquatch there? And then one update later, something happened. It might be leading to a Sasquatch, or is it not? Or is just Frostar messing with us? It can work. That's how you get people to like keep on playing.
Why don't I would imagine it? Like, let's say they have to delete. Oh no, the building has to be deleted because the coding isn't done yet. They can say, oh no, due to the amount of players killing our construction workers, the completion of this building is delayed by 2 years, by 1 season, like that. That'll be actually good.
Get involve the community with whatever shenanigans that you want to make. I think they'll lap it all up. The fact that we as a community can actually like influence the direction of whatever the next GTA Online might be. Maybe not literally can influence, but their actions are not only noticed and acknowledged by Rockstar, but it has some impact to the game itself. Which will be fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to see. I want to see what type of build, what type of modern day Miami or Vice City would be, because if you see like the likes of, I guess the closest open world game right now that we can play, besides the upcoming Saints Row, I guess it's Austin. Is it Austin?
Saints Row is down south, Tex-Mex around there.
So around Austin, Tex-Mex. The closest that we have right now for fidelity is Watch Dogs, kan? Even though it's the like the single player doesn't change that much after you liberate the city one by one. I mean, it shows your progress. I want to see that for the next GTA as well. I'm like, imagine, one of the heights is actually at a stadium, and then after that, oh no, the stadium is now a shelter. You can go around.
Come again? You said something about stadium and then it got cut off.
Oh, stadium. Yeah, like I said, like they could like, let's say they make. Since it's about to be based, let's say it's based on Miami, and according to reports, they could technically do. Oh no, since they have this Formula cars in GTA 5, they can do like a seasonal. Oh, the Vice City Grand Prix is not in town, so now you can visit the stadium section.
As long as you can snipe the drivers from somewhere around the stadium like a Hitman game, I'm down.
I think it is the Rockstar guys are winding down so that they can focus fully on Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, Red Dead's already dead. How long Red Dead Online is been dead for right now? 6 months?
Been quite a while since we've heard any big updates. And
I don't think that's coming anymore. Yeah,
and they basically said, nah, no big updates anymore. We just are gonna add like tiny stuff, like new mission variant, and that's it. It's not new gameplay mechanic or whatever. I think they just call it quits. That's the problem with Red Dead Redemption 2. They make a very large open world, but because the setting is like that, it's the frontier, it's the Wild West. What kind of fun can you do? I mean, how much can the fun of being cowboys sustain something like a GTA Online? It's not the same. So all that effort of like making a huge, like a ridiculously huge open world is kind of like, it's there, I guess.
I think like the first part about Red Dead, and besides GTA, since GTA Online is about to celebrate its 10th anniversary by next year. Red Dead is dead. It's not even when did Red Dead came out? 2018? 2019?
2018.
Half a year. It's online, yeah. It's on launch or release on launch as well, so it's half a year. And now it is an actual ghost town.
Yeah, they miss a lot of tricks to make like Red Dead Online actually alive rather than dead. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if hopefully they get the memo and do the Fortnite stuff lah, and like move on with the times, because the structure and the game design of GTA Online, and to the extent Red Dead Online, I don't think can hold up to the modern standards. The only reason GTA Online managed to like get this amount of money is because, the modern lifestyle game cool cars, cool fashion stuff, buy new houses and stuff like that, right? That's appealing. And I don't think there's many other games that actually like tackle or satisfy that kind of fantasy of actually being filthy rich in the real world, in a kind of like a grounded real world.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
What else
real-
can you
real
get?
life.
A real life, yeah. Like
Uh,
I don't want to use the word like the metaverse.
Oh no. Oh no. Ugh.
Well, I don't know. I've read like
I blame Facebook for this.
Yeah, like, because I've read the Take Two punya financial report. They're calling GTA 6 like, oh, we are building an online metaverse.
I mean, technically they are correct, but yeah, the world has been
Painted.
perverted.
Painted to beyond repair.
no, I mean, if only cryptocurrency didn't get involved, NFTs didn't get involved,
And
whatever.
Meta of all people.
And Meta as well.
Probably Facebook.
The company formerly named Facebook.
The company.
It's a meme in the IT space right now. But it's a Meta, formerly known as Facebook. You have to include like the disclaimer there.
What a weird change. Yeah. So that's
I guess-
that's the last time we might talk about GTA Online.
Unless like maybe like until the final update on Christmas, because they usually update it twice, summer and then winter, and then so there'll be like I think there'll be like a whole shebang to get for the final DLC, and that's it. Okay, we can leave this game. This game shall now be on the same limbo as Gran Turismo Sport.
It's there for now, I guess.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. I know.
Give it like 10 more years and then the server shut down.
I give it 5 because Take Two. I don't touch Take Two.
Timing starts after the new GTA Online release. Just to be clear, not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now, but after the next GTA release. Yeah. So that's GTA Online.
Yep, that's GTA Online. Not yet RIP, but soon.
Oh my god. Dying in front of
Like,
our
it's not like
eyes.
even though there's like 100,000 people playing it right now as we speak. No, it's like it's like a tumor. Yeah, a tumor just like slowly.
I was about to say dying MMO. That's when the player count goes up. Everyone wants to be there when the servers get shut down.
Nah, you won't shut down. Yeah, like I said, like 5 to 10 years at least.
Okay.
Right. So, are
Okay,
we
we
ready
can-
to go to news? Yeah.
One more game.
One more game. All right, let's go.
We have one more game.
What game are we about to talk?
And it's the game that everyone here have give it a go. A proper go.
Yes.
Some call it what? A Super Smash? No, that's another game. Meck, Ultrapalooza? No. Big
Ultrapalooza.
Party? No. Closer. A GigaBash.
A bash of the Giga, yes.
Throw down the party. GigaBash is finally out. Wow.
All these years. After 84 years.
It's time
Is it
to
84
conquer
years?
Earth. Technically 3 years.
Yeah, 23 years.
It's been like forever.
Oh, it really feels forever.
Like, it's only been like how many days? 1,095 days.
1,000 too long.
1,000 too long.
But yeah, GigaBash. It's a multiplayer fighting game, or technically an arena fighter, an arena brawler. It's a little bit of Smash Brothers, a little bit of Power Stone, and a lot of War of the Monsters sprinkled on top. It's a Kaiju game. you battle as kaijus in actual
Kai.
destructible destructible maps. Things explode on the maps, not just buildings collapsing, but parallel missiles can appear from time to time. There's also a map where there's a gas station right at the center and it can blow up. Yeah, a kaiju game. Oh, specifically a kaiju game made in Malaysia, made by the indie developers at Passion Republic Games.
Locally sourced ethical.
Locally sourced kaiju. Speaking of kaiju, unfortunately we don't get the licensed ones. No licensed kaijus, but you do get your Godzilla at home variant. And whatever.
The Ultraman at home.
Ultraman at home, which basically is non-licensed Papa Zola.
If they get a license for Gojira, that would be awesome.
Dude, get Godzilla and Papa Zola. I'm waiting for that match. No, not Ultraman. Ultraman has appeared in other games, but no. Get Papa Zola. That's the big get here. That's the big crossover.
Yeah, there's a local reference, and why not?
Shout out to what's the show called again? Boy.
Shout out to Boy.
Boy. Yeah, GigaBash. We've played it before, like 3 years ago. It was already fun back then, right?
Yeah, I remember playing it on the first day of Level Up KL. Quite fun. Like, we literally just entered the hall and then they're both literally just greet us like, guys, you want to play? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I remember telling those guys that this game can go far. This game can go far. You guys are onto something.
Yeah.
And the designers are just like, yeah, thank you. And then the next day they won an award for Level Up KL for I think best in show, whatever the award there. So it is promising. And now that the game is out, actually, the promise has been delivered.
Okay, so how do you play? How do you play that? You have like 8? Or is it more?
What is it?
The playable characters.
I think in total should be 10, but 3 was locked.
So you have to play the storyboard then for that.
So unfortunately, we didn't get to try out the concrete one.
Oh, correct.
We don't get the King Kong, but why you want King Kong when you can have concrete? Which is a literal monster out of a skyscraper. The buildings fight back. You see the collapsible buildings there? We keep on like smashing around, right? Oh, this one bites back. It can literally eat you up. Even though there are no licensed monsters, no licensed kaijus, at least the ones that make the roster are all like pretty creative ones. Like as mentioned, the concrete monster, and then you get the plant girl, which actually have a cult. There's a cult like worshipping her. There's also a giant snail with a very rock solid armor that the snail can throw around. And then of course you need to have some of the heroes. So of course you need to have a mecha pilot there. So you have your mecha and your big ass enemy sword. Get one there. And then you have what's the best thing next to Ultraman? Or get a very overweight superhero with a dead board that can also transforms into Ultraman size, into kaiju size to beat those kaijus up. Yeah, so far it's fun. I haven't like give it a proper go, as in like sinking into the hours, but as playing it casually just for fun, like having a go with friends or having a go with the CPU, which is actually very competent. Like the CPU AIs, when you bump it up higher, they don't mess around. They know how to play the game. It's been fun. It helps that the control scheme is simple. Like it controls like a Smash Brothers. Aside from
Yes.
it not being a platform fighter, you move around in 3D space, but all the buttons are mapped where you expected it to be. Like there's a block button, there's a jump button, there's a grab button. Tilts are a thing, but you don't have like direction specific tilts. It's a matter of press the button and then press the button with a direction. Those are two different moves. And moves are sort of universal, as in like almost each character have access to a certain move. Like each character have a sort of an uppercut where you can like launch another character into the air.
Yep.
Like apa the star monster, the first titan, the first kaiju on the list, Korogong. That's basically your Ryu because he has a Shoryuken. That's his uppercut. But then you have like another character that we didn't use it. It's the PP Juras one. The next one. That's actually like that's the one with the projectiles that attacks in range. The Dalsim one, as in the ones that you can bully another player and have them to. You gotta learn as you spam fireballs after fireballs after fireballs, hoping that they'll learn how to block fireballs. So yeah, the fighting is okay. It's a bit floaty. Like you don't expect like super perfect frame pacing. Like it's not a fast paced fighter, but the floatiness kind of like helps, making it more approachable to like newcomers or people who just don't play these sort of games, or people who just like want to press buttons and do stuff. And the presentation so far has been immaculate. Like for one thing, like I think that the one takeaway when you see all the games made in Malaysia right now, like indie or otherwise, these people do make good art and music. That's my big takeaway from Malaysian games. Like look at what's that? No Straight Roots. Very strong art style, very funky music. GigaBash, I mean, the art style itself doesn't have like a specific style, but when you look at it, it still looks gorgeous. Like it has a look, and that the music team is actually very slapping hard. The main menu team, it sounds like sounds like your typical anime show opening. But then if you listen to the extended version, there's actually a funky bass solo and a guitar shredding at the end, which is like, oh, okay, they're going places, alright. They're going hog wild with it. Even the arena soundtracks are also like pretty spot on with the theming where they're going. It feels like a Godzilla show, a Godzilla movie when you hear the soundtrack, like dun, 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 something like that. Yeah, it's been fun.
Nice.
Hoping to like sink more time in it and actually give it a full review after that. Still haven't tested out the online stuff because the online stuff is
just opened today, I think, because it launched yesterday. Right, it launched yesterday because we are recording at 6 August.
Because the online stuff is like, unfortunately, it does not have full crossplay. So, you have like PS4 and PS5 can play together. PC, you can Steam and Epic Game Store players can play together in matchmaking, but they cannot directly invite each other. So there's like caveats here and there. So it's not full crossplay, unfortunately, but still. I'm looking to check and see if the online networking holds up. But if you cannot get the game playing online, if you are playing on Steam, apparently the Steam remote play works like a charm.
Yeah,
It
we
works.
tried that. We tried that before recording this, and it's actually quite playable.
Mm. Playing with Steam Remote Play, you can do the weird mayhem mode, the weird mini games mode. Some of them are fun, some of them are a bit weird, but it's a mixed bag lah, that one. But yeah, we need more testing is required. But from what I've played, I'm very much impressed with the game. The only like you can say that is a flaw is that the audio mixing here, like you don't really hear the monsters making the noise as much. They are there, I think, but it's not like prominent. And also there is a story mode, but the story mode has only like text only. It's basically a visual novel presentation.
A visual novel, yes.
No voice acting. Which is a shame because I would gladly listen to some weird ass Malaysian accent and see people like, this is not English or whatever. I really wanted.
Just cause to.
I just wanted to see non-cultured people listening to a different culture's take on English.
Yes, the just cause to syndrome.
But yeah, GigaBash is promising. I'm hoping to see. I think this game can make it to the list. It can be a contender in the top 30. It can make it there. And I'm not saying it because of this game is made in Malaysia. Yes, there is a bias there, and also we are entering the patriotic month for whatever reason. I don't know why these guys.
It is. Yeah,
I don't know why these guys keep releasing games in August. Why? Why do? If for whatever reason, the other game made by Malaysians, Re Legend is in early access. If that game suddenly enter version 1.0 at the end of this month, I mean, there's only one reason for that, because we want to capitalize on the patriotic movement. Yeah, I'm
like that.
I'm happy
that.
to recommend GigaBash to anyone who just wants a good time, a game that can play with friends or people who comes over, and again to be proud of if you are Malaysian. Hey, local folks do good stuff. And on that note, I think now we can go to the news.
Yeah, sure. We can go to the news. Alright, so I guess there's like three. So we just go with I think like something light first. But because since last episode we talk about one of our own getting his air purifier 5, and I think you will like this one. You'll like this one because finally the game, the console is 3 years old. Is it 3 years old? Oh yeah, 2 years old actually, and it's finally getting folders.
I mean, on one hand, nice, we're having folders. Nice. On the other side, we haven't had folders.
No, like when I reviewed it back in March. During the pandemic days. So basically March 2020. Yeah, I tested like 12 games, I think. Yeah, all 12 are just sitting on the row.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the UI. The good thing is at least the UI is slick. Like moving around with the cursor, like it feels good.
Yep.
But imagine it having that rule on the launch PS4 when that one doesn't have folders on launch as well. Like that's a long list to find, and you have to you have to know as well that the order of the games on that list changes. Is sorted by the most recent game you played is on the left side. So the older games you have to keep on scrolling further and further back into, and then you end up in the library where you're the dump. If you didn't find your game that you've installed there, go search into the dump, the library down there. Now, that's also another hassle to like scroll down and see how many games in your library. And some of them are just demos, but they are stuck there because haha.
Wait, you can you can hide the demos, kan? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember, but probably.
Because I remember during that month, I think I played one of the Call of Duty punya betas on the PS5. I think you can hide them.
Oh, beta test is even worse because that will never be playable again. But if it's stuck there forever, it will be.
And now always, I guess now you can hide it like, oh no, do not touch. Put it in a folder called do not touch.
Can lah. I mean, good on them to actually add some quality of life changes. So yeah, folders. Who doesn't like folders? Put meat on the folders.
Meat on folders.
Fold over.
He's not Raya yet. Zach, I would like to have some meat folders right now.
Meat folders. I mean, you can still make your own. A little bit of like cooking and engineering. You too can make your own foldovers.
Oh, you too can make your own chicken foldover. Or whatever the Arabic name is. I think, whatever the Arabic, I forgot the name already. It's like Lafis, is it?
Lafis?
I remember it's back when they were using like Arabic words for the chicken foldover.
Adif Hilal. Adiaf.
I have no idea. It was back in the day, back when I was just a wee lad. And the only video game I know is the Cyber Cafe. Which ironically, a bit tangent, but that Cyber Cafe that I've used to go back in high school is now a mama place. So technically I can still lepak there, but it doesn't feel the same.
Different vibe, different vibe.
Different vibes.
Eventually, all the mamas everywhere.
Eventually, all cyber cafes will turn into mama. Yes.
They should think about that. Make mama a cyber cafe.
Don't give the metaverse any ideas. Don't give the metaverse any ideas. I mean, we already saw a free version in the VR chat, but don't give the actual mama the actual mama shops to do that.
Oh man.
Wait, how do you order teh tarik then? It's a very good question. Which we should discuss later. So
and on that note, I think now we can go to the news.
Yeah, sure. We can go to the news. Alright, so I guess that's like 3. So we just go with I think like something light first. Because since last episode we talk about one of our own getting his air purifier 5, and I think you will like this one. You'll like this one because finally the game, the console is 3 years old. Is it 3 years old? Oh yeah, 2 years old actually, and it's finally getting folders.
I mean, on one hand, nice, we're having folders. Nice. On the other side, we haven't had folders.
No, like when I reviewed it back in March, during the pandemic days. So basically March 2020. Yeah, I tested like 12 games, I think. Yeah, all 12 are just sitting on the row.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the UI. The good thing is at least the UI is slick. Like moving around with the cursor, like it's just, it feels good.
Yep.
But imagine imagine it having that rule on the launch PS4 when that one doesn't have folders on launch as well. Like, that's a long list to find, and you have to you have to know as well that the order of the games on that list changes. Is sorted by the most recent game you played is on the left side. So the older games, you have to keep on scrolling further and further back into, and then you end up in the library where you're the dump. If you didn't find your game that you've installed there, you go search into the dump, the library down there. Now, that's also another hassle to like scroll down and see how many games in your library. And some of them are just demos, but they are stuck there because haha.
Wait, you can hide the demos, kan? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember, but probably.
Because I remember during that month, I think I played one of the Call of Duty punya betas on the PS5. I think you can hide them.
Oh, beta test is even worse because that will never be playable again. But if it's stuck there forever, it will be.
And now I guess now you can hide it like, oh no, do not touch. Put it in a folder called do not touch.
Can lah. I mean, good on them to actually add some quality of life changes. So yeah, folders. Who doesn't like folders? Put meat on the folders.
Meat on folders.
Fold over.
He's not Raya yet. Zach, I would like to have some meat folders right now.
Meat folders. I mean, you can still make your own. A little bit of cooking and engineering. You too can make your own foldovers.
Oh, you too can make your own chicken foldover. Or whatever the Arabic name is. I think. Yeah, whatever the Arabic. I forgot the name already. It's like Lafis. Is it?
Lafis?
I remember it's back when they were using like Arabic words for the chicken foldover.
Adif Hilal. Adiaf.
I have no idea. It was back in the day, back when I was just a wee lad. And the only video game I know is the Cyber Cafe. Which ironically a bit tangent, but that Cyber Cafe that I've used to go back in high school is now a mama place. So technically I can still lepak there, but it doesn't feel the same.
Different vibe. Different
vibes.
Eventually all the mamas everywhere.
Eventually all cyber cafes will turn into mama. Yes.
They should think about that. Make mama a cyber cafe.
Don't give the metaverse any ideas. Don't give the metaverse any ideas. I mean, we already saw a free version in the VR chat, but don't give the actual mama. The actual mama shops to do that.
Oh man.
Wait, how do you order teh tarik then? It's a very good question. We should discuss later. So okay, into the next question. Next news.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, news topic. Yes, Koch Media is changing their name. So for those who don't know what Koch Media is basically is it a subsidiary?
Subsidiary of Embracer Group, yes.
Yes. Yes, but I was correct. Yes, it is a subsidiary of Embracer Group.
But you may be familiar with their publishing labels under them, which are
Deep Silver,
yep.
Milestone,
Mm-hmm.
Warhorse, and Vertigo Games. Yeah, that's what it. But more, I think like the most biggest of this all company subsidiaries is Deep Silver, basically. Volition.
Yep.
and Free Radical, the new Free Radical, not the old Free Radical.
But they do own the old Free Radical as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. The
Yeah,
new
what apa? Deep Silver Dam Buster, right? That's the old Free
Yeah.
Radical.
That is the
That's how they got the Time Splitters IP, because they somehow own that company. And now that we have the IP, what can we do about it? Hey, why not we make another studio, revive back, hopefully another Time Splitters. Okay, cool. That's how necromancy works.
Yep, the necromancer. Every time I like a bit attention before we talk about the new chicken. Every time like, and nobody knows how big Embracer Group is until when they do this, like, where I think when they finally bought over Square Enix Europe, and then they just like, oh shit, they are actually quite big.
Yeah, no shit. They've been doing this for years.
We are welcome to our side of the world.
You didn't notice because it's not your very beloved big IPs, but they've been like scooping up all those like dead games and trying to resurrect them.
I mean, some works, like the likes of I think
The SpongeBob game is actually good.
SpongeBob is pretty good. There's also a front row coming in. The Destroy Humans, they're making a new game, a new like 4-player co-op game. Yeah, I mean that works. And now, well, the Saints Row, I guess, is coming back soon in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And I guess Vitamin Vampire is the best career, but we don't talk about that.
No, not them. No, that's on Paradox.
Oh, that's not Paradox. Okay, it's not them. What else? Who else? Saber Interactive. Everything. Saber is
Saber is an Embracer, yes.
Saber basically is just, if you have a licensed title, just give it to them. They know what to do.
And Saber is also quietly acquiring more studios under them.
as well.
They've become their own publisher now. Like, it's wild, man. If you look at the company structure, it's wild under Embracer Group. Coffee Stain is under Embracer Group.
Yeah, Coffee Stain, yep.
Yeah, and they publish a lot of weird indie games, and they make their own weird games. Code Simulator, anyone?
I still remember that. I remember that ad. That trailer. My God, everybody, finally they're releasing it. Finally. Dead Island 2. No, Ghost Simulator 3.
Wait, who owns Dead Island 2? I know the previous developer, but who owns the IP? Who owns Dead Island?
Deep Silver. Deep Silver owns the IP.
They can afford to make the joke then. No wonder. It's
You're
all
taking too long.
It's all under the same roof.
What are you gonna do? Sue your sister company?
We're on your team, man.
Y'all are taking too long. And the boss man says we can mock you now.
So what do Koch Media is changing the name to?
They are calling themselves, starting today, ironically, starting today, they are called, how do you pronounce this? Plaion? Oh my God.
From one unpronounceable name to another.
Yeah. At least, because Koch Media, I've heard of them since I started working here, so this is a new word. How do you pronounce this?
It's pronounced Plaion.
Plaion.
It's a play on words on Plaion.
My goodness me.
At least when you get the joke, the first time you heard that bad joke, you'll always remember how to pronounce the name.
Yep.
It's pronounced Plaion. No
Plaion,
ambiguity whatsoever. You know what? When writing the story, I discovered that Embracer Group actually released a video about, hey, this is how you pronounce the name Koch Media. It's not pronounced Koch Media, like most people presume.
Oh no.
Koch Media, something like that. whatever. At least this one is more pronounceable once you figure it out.
Yes.
Like Koch Media, even though you know how to pronounce it, you still need to practice it because it's German words. If you're not a native German, you don't have a native German tongue, it needs some practice. Plaion is whatever lah.
It's easier. Yeah.
Easier, but also the bigger story, the bigger fact is that there won't be the name itself won't be too customer facing anyways. You won't see Plaion on the cover of the next Saints Row. It's still gonna be under Deep Silver.
They just changed it, yeah.
But it's a matter that you'll hear Plaion and previously Koch Media because of they handle distribution rights. So when games like say from Japan is coming to Europe, right? Now they are distributed by Plaion. That's how you'll know. That's how you will hear that name. For the most part, at least the name is more pronounceable in some form. Good on them taking the time to rebrand.
Right.
And lastly,
okay.
The big one,
I guess. Recently, just this week, there is a bit of an issue for our Indonesian listeners and viewers that their I guess, is it internet provider or just basically their Ministry of Information? I think it's been. I think mostly around. I think like their Ministry of Communication and Technology, basically their equivalent, have accidentally or intentionally blocked Steam PayPal due to their new rules. Not new rules, it's actually new regulations. I apologize for that. Yeah. So yes, but it's correct. So the Indonesian Communication Ministry, due to the fact that they are doing this new block, which they call Blokir Kominfo, or the Communication Ministry block, on sites that haven't registered to their to their own registry of, I think like basically they can take information and all, etc. The things are. So they have blocked the big five. Basically, it's PayPal, Epic, Steam, Origin, and ironically enough, according to Yahoo themselves have been blocked. So, what are your thoughts, Meck? Why? What has happened?
I don't know. Like, honestly, I kind of like just saw the news. Like, I've heard about the looming blocking issue that the government of Indonesia wanted to do. I just thought, we'll see the chaos when it comes, I guess. And then the chaos came, and everybody's like, "What the heck? Oh my god! I'm so sorry for you guys over there." Like, so again, fill me in again. The reason is why those sites are being blocked because they didn't register.
Yep.
But why do they need to be registered again?
It is according to routers, it is the way as a measure of protection for the Indonesian internet users. So basically, I guess
they just wanted to do a bureaucracy thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Fill in the form, please.
Yep.
If you don't fill in the form, now you see the wrath of our government here. At least we have sovereignty here. You need to adhere to our rules. You have to play ball with us. That's how I read the situation, but I don't know. I'm not living there, so I can't speak much.
Yeah,
Other than
same,
that's
but
the observer point of view, yeah.
yeah, but really enough, it kind of reminds me of an incident that happened with us back in 2016. Like literally when I think 2016 or 2013 when I started to work with Game Matters.
Mhm.
Remember that the God of Fighting game? I think is that what they call?
Fight of Gods.
Fight of God, yes. And then literally after that, they just blocked the whole Steam for one whole day. It kind of reminds me of that. Basically, for our Indonesian listeners and viewers, this, the freedom to play video games is that easy to take away. Literally, they just block it and gak bisa main video games.
I mean, we are like from the same plate. We came from the same pot. Serumpun. There's no word in English for that. I have no idea. But we are from the same origin or whatever lah. And you can see it from whatever this shit show is. But how does it got resolved? Is it like because of those sites registering eventually, or because of the government says, okay, let's back down?
I think like PayPal and Steam has signed up for it. So basically, because I think there is a Steam punya atau like a third party representative of Steam just sign up for it, so now they can access it. But EA Origin hasn't. Really now? I guess EA like, nah, we don't care.
That could happen as well. Like
EA like, no, this is too much. This is too much money, man.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's literally just have to sign a Google form? And it's just like 4 or 5 boxes. And that's the reason. If you don't fill in that that short Google form, your website gets blocked.
Just I can see that coming. Actually, our current those in power. I can imagine them doing that. Like, you're not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I have to say it very very gently. Yeah, those in power around here, actually, they might have done that. I'm pretty sure.
But does that mean Game Matters also blocked there?
I don't think so. I didn't think so. Because I have seen the data, I have seen the numbers. There were a few Indonesians that came to our site for help.
yeah, we're still good. We're still Gucci, the Indonesian government.
Hey,
okay.
That article was not designed for the current situation, but somehow it is relatable. It is usable. That information, it still works.
When it works, right?
We didn't say anything.
Yeah, Epic Games and EA Origin is still the one that blocks. So, there's people cannot play Fortnite. Wow, that is actually kind of...
Wow, people don't get to play Fortnite.
Apex and Fortnite.
They can play Apex.
No wonder all they cannot play. Yeah, no wonder. Like, I think like there was supposed to be a Koreji only stream of let's say Apex with the new Hololive boys.
And she cannot do that.
She cannot do that.
Indonesian curse. Oh, okay. Due to technical difficulties, I cannot participate.
Out of my control.
I mean, who would expect a government blocking all these major games insights?
Imagine.
But other than the major gaming sites, what are the major sites that were blocked during because of this kerfuffle? Like any other bigger sites that somehow did Facebook register?
Think so.
Facebook did. Like I said, Yahoo.
Yahoo,
Ironically,
did that,
Yahoo.
Yahoo. But no, like, Yahoo is not that big in my mind.
Not anymore.
Well,
Not anymore. Yeah, true. Not anymore.
I mean, even the stickers on their car sponsors are all very small, so I will see them as a small company these days.
Yeah, but their news
The news,
division
yeah.
is still pretty good.
Okay,
Like, if you want to go, let's say, read news other than the journalism websites, newspaper and stuff, you go to Yahoo News. Yeah.
Okay, so at least they are better than whatever Microsoft News was.
Yes.
Is it still running Microsoft News? The MSN
I'm not
thing.
sure. The fact that I said I'm not sure say something. I don't even know. MSN News, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, MSN News. I still have those. Weirdly enough.
It's the Yahoo News Contemporary. It was of that time. Yeah, I hope this issue will slowly be resolved lah, because a lot of people were very impacted, and not just for their video games. Not just because of not playing video games. Some people are actually making video games, making money out of it, and suddenly, no, now you can access the site that should give you the money. You're like, what? And
You know there's one thing. There's a funny twist to this story. Do you know? So Steam, Origin, and Epic are blocked. Do you know what is in block? Those gambling websites.
God.
Of course.
because they sign up for the
The gambling sign-ups, get the gambling sites are playing ball with the government. Like, god damn, wow. Like the gambling sites are also like want to be like law adherent citizens. Like, god damn it, you of all the people, of all the sites there. I mean, that's gaming technically, but
I mean, yeah. For let's say a lot of countries, when they say a gaming commission means gambling, it's the video games.
It's quite broad. That is interesting. It do be like that.
hopefully in the following days, the bans will slowly like unban itself.
Nah, it's already a week. Yahoo is still unavailable to access.
I mean, if the government is like strong arming that, you just have to play ball in this case. There's no other way I see it. Other than use convoluted solutions to circumnavigate the ring of fire.
The funny part is you don't need to circumvent really. Just because according to the Indonesian subreddit, you can just put the 1.1.1.1. It's already circumvented for website, for not for Steam, but basically for like casual browsing of Reddit, Yahoo, and all. Because Reddit is also banned there.
Oh no.
Amazing. What an amazing site.
Which is weird though, because I always thought Indonesia as a country is currently on the up and up. They're doing electric cars, they're actually improving a lot of stuff economically over there. They are like, it's like a very change. The table has actually really turned a lot since 1997. When in 1997, Malaysia has been like the top of the Southeast Asia chain, and Indonesia is facing a huge financial crisis. And now everything is like the other way around, and then this happened. Okay, so.
Yeah, one more. But I think like before we end this one, the funniest on the first day, you know what else got blocked besides PayPal? Waze? Waze got blocked? Wikipedia got blocked? Google
why
Class.
do we got Google? Wait, Google did not register that day.
Google Classroom got blocked. Google Class and Google Drive.
What in the world? Like, God damn.
On day one basically. GitLab, GitHub as well on day one.
Oh,
God, no wonder they were angry. Stack Overflow as well.
yeah. I mean, I think the rumor that not rumor something like okay they're trying to call Indonesia's bluff, but they actually go through with the ban anyway.
Yeah, the chat Indonesian government, they willing to do it. God damn it.
Yeah, all these websites are like, I would double dare you to block us. Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
and it just took the obstacle course challenge and they won. God damn it.
and I guess that's how we ended on.
I mean, we could have had a VPN sponsor to make a good segue out of this section, but no, we do not have. So we shall not mention anymore. Yeah, that's the end of the show then. Thumbnail.
One of the GigaBash characters, I guess.
And the large Papa Zola, the two come.
Yes.
What else?
Underneath Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, if we can have Thomas like a kaiju, that'd be awesome.
Sure. Let's be Google Thomas the Tank Engine Kaiju. If that,
there's a Japanese channel. There's a YouTube channel of a Japanese guy. He made like a spider robot Thomas Tank Engine. You have to search for it.
Okay, but I have found a better one. Okay, it's the Thomas the Tank Engine, but the face is the face of Godzilla, and there is a long Godzilla tail at the back. Absolutely cursed.
Oh no. Anyway, Thomas Kaiju.
Thomas Kaiju. I put Thomas Tank Engine music over Godzilla's first Rampage 90. You know what? That actually works. Everybody screaming at the back. Yeah, that's thumbnails then. Easy.
Yep.
Easy. So yeah, social links and what's coming on the website. Daniel?
Alright. Okay. I have been Daniel. You can follow me on Twitter at FL4KY. I have 2 work in progress that's coming ironically like 3 days apart. I cannot say what, but my hint is that it's very air. It gets some airtime. Figuratively, yes. It gets some airtime, yes.
That works. It works for both.
Exactly.
Anand?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. Robnil, DR4UPN1R. DR4UPN1R. I mean, that should be like in the nearest like 3 weeks something. Creative's gaming sound card, they say, the GC7's review upcoming. I think that's it. Meck?
And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, Meckronos. An early access impressions for Sweet Transit and Farthest Frontier is out now on gamermatters.com. Go give those a look. I'm working on a full review of GigaBash, and there's another game I'm working on a review of. Also, CE base, as in Southeast Asia base. Well, not technically. It's published by an Indonesian publisher. It's made in Brazil, actually. Now that I think of it. It's called Vanaris Tactics, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, I have a lot. I think we all have a lot of things on our plate. August is a busy month. We did say early on. So yeah, there you go. That's your lot. That's dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And
And that's it.
I almost folded first just now.